Oh my gosh, by now, many of you have figured out I am absolutely a frugal person. I would never call myself an extremely frugal person. I would say I'm a frugal person. There you go. But what does that have to do with the title? Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. I came across today in my feed. A lot of really interesting videos and video content creator channels have been popping up in my feed lately. How about you? Let me know in the comment section below. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe I came across this. This one is very entertaining. Now, some of them that have been coming up are like spiritually fulfilling for me, like people doing random acts of kindness and helping people in such a way that a lot of people wouldn't help people, like things of that nature. This one was pure freaking fun. And in my opinion, a frugal person's dream come true. What would you do? What would you do? Okay. If you were walking into your most favorite grocery store, a place that you frequent, a place that you kind of sort of know the layout, especially, right? And then all of a sudden somebody comes up to you out of nowhere and says, "Oh, this is your lucky day," and then tells you that, "Would you like to take advantage of your lucky day?" And basically, what you would get to do is pick out any groceries you want, and it's on that person. And that's all. In other words, the other person is paying for it. Would you just like take advantage of something like that? Would you think that it's too weird or there's some sort of a catch to it? That's probably most people's reaction. That they would think, why is a complete stranger coming up to me offering me an unlimited amount of groceries in X number of time? Well, there's this channel, brand new to me, never heard of it before, so I don't know all the particulars of the channel. I just binge watched a number of the videos. OMG. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What is the name of the channel? Name of the channel is, let me get it correct because I don't want to give you an incorrect name. Let me get it correct. All right. Correctly. Cassidy Campbell. Cassidy Campbell. Cassidy. Cassidy Campbell. Like the soup. Except it's not soup. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Not that every single video is about unlimited groceries. You have to see it to believe it. So the people walk in and he offers them as strolling through the store. This is your lucky day. Would you like to fill up your cart? All of it is on me. And then they look at the guy like, huh? And many times, many, many times, most people, in fact, pass it up because they believe there's a catch to it, right? It's like it's too good to come true. And if you're a frugal person, honestly, it is a frugal person's dream come true. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So somehow or another, they figure out a way. Either the gentleman says, if the person who's willing to do this, go through the supermarket, fill up their cart with anything they want for X number of minutes. Sometimes it's 4 minutes, sometimes it's longer than that. And you have to see it to believe it. Sort of like an old show back in the day. You might remember an old show named Supermarket Sweep. Sometimes they replay that on other stations or whatever. But it's like the same idea. It is amazing. Talk about a frugal dream come true. That is for sure. And he gets upset when people pick out the store brand. So people are the ones that agree to do it. They're running around the store left, right. What would be your strategy? Where would you go to firstly in the store? Now, some people I couldn't believe this. Maybe they were just so caught off guard or not thinking straight. They were going over to the cheap stuff like the oranges and the apples. And I'm like, no, no, no. My strategy, if that were myself, I would run as fast as possible, as fast as the good Lord would get me to that section, to the meat section. The strategy would be get the most expensive things first. And he couldn't believe it when people were picking out, like when they did go over to the frozen fish section or anything like that. He said, "Why are you picking out tilapia?" He said, "Why aren't you picking up salmon?" I mean, obviously, people want to get what they want to get because maybe they like tilapia over salmon, right? But then the ones who were really smart and maybe saw that old show back in the day or just used their noodle a little bit and thought, wait a minute, doesn't it make more sense? There was one person in one of the videos. I'm telling you, I binge watched it. Too bad I didn't have enough popcorn last night. It was just like I had fun for 2 hours watching the videos. I was laughing out loud on some of them because sometimes the person that's doing the game just sort of acts like really crazy. Oh my gosh, way too funny. But you got to head on over to that channel. So, but one gentleman, he was really smart. He went over to the meat section. Where did he go for? He must have been very familiar with the store or a very fast read. If you're brand new to a store, you don't know the geography. So 4 minutes is not really that much time. But if you know the geography of your store, you're going to get around it so quick and so fast. I'm leaning to think the gentleman knew the geography of the store. Okay. I believe it was at a Walmart. Okay. I believe it was at a Walmart. Many of them, I think, were at the Walmart. So anyway, so this one gentleman, what did he do? He ran over to the meat section. Where'd he go? To filet mignon. He didn't just concentrate on like stew meats or all the stuff that when we discuss frugal things or whatever. It was so anti-frugal. It was on the other person's dime. You know where I'm going with this? So he must have picked up, gentleman must have picked up about 4 or 5 filet mignons, imagine? Oh my word. So, then there was this other hunk of meat. It looked like a side of ribs. It looked like somebody's side, put it that way. It was huge. And you know those, like, I think some people call them chub? Chub, I think it's called. It's like the ground beef and like in a long tube, that one. Somebody picked up one that was so huge. It looked almost like a bat, like a baseball bat. It was so huge. And some of the lady, now this is the one that surprised me the most. Some of the lady was picking up apples, oranges. I'm like, don't get me wrong, fruit's great for you, but why aren't you getting the things that cost more, even if you don't keep them, even if you give them away? Now, the other part of the feature of the game is that if you could guesstimate like within a certain amount of dollars, for example, guesstimate how much you filled up your cart with, okay? And if you guesstimate, let's say, I could be quoting this wrong because remember, this is brand new to me too, but I was super stoked, super excited. I said, I got to share this with you, it was crazy. um like let's say that the actual value of what was in the cart was 225, right? And then let's say the person guessed it at 250, then a person would get a cash prize. I forgot the denomination of how much monies he would give out, but in addition to all of the free cart of huge items, I mean big stuff. A lot of people picked up tons of bacon. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. One person, this was another person, he picked up like tons and tons and tons of laundry product, like the big stuff, the good names, and even the host of the show, well, the little game idea, what he did, but he was like, he'd be like throwing hints. He would say things like, "Don't forget to get the tide, get the tide, get the tide," and people were just so like busy running and jumping around. One person was really, really slow. I'm like, "No, no, please keep going, keep going." They were like pondering things like as if they were regularly shopping, and I'm like, "No, you're in the place." But there was some rules. Okay, you couldn't pick up electronics. Part of the rules of the game, no electronics, couldn't pick up gift cards, no electronics, no gift cards, and there was some other thing that you couldn't get. There were just like 3 things you just can't. Oh, alcohol products, right, right. Well, that makes a ton of sense, but I'm telling you, but then the ones that were really astute in knowing, like, what was expensive, they really knew what they were doing. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Get over there to the Cassidy Campbell channel. That is not the only stuff that they videos that they do, but look for the ones, like, that are related to, like, 4 minutes, fill up a shopping cart type video. Wow! Too funny. How to recommend it to you. All right, we could all use a little extra fun, and I'm telling you, those videos were totally, totally fun.